Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. So we were looking at the first Brahmanam of the fourth chapter, where Yajnavalkya goes to Janaka, and then Janaka asks him whether he is come to get some more wealth, or and also whether he is ready for having some discussion about all the subtle aspects of, you can say, Brahma Vidya. So Janaka, Yajnavalkya says, yeah, I have come for both. And then Samvada starts, a discussion between them. And Yajnavalkya asks Janaka, whatever you have learned from any Acharya, why don't you tell me what you have already learned? Then Janaka says what different Acharyas have taught him. And those are all Saguna Brahma Upasana, what he has been taught. So starting with, you can see here the second Vakya, the Jitva Shailinihi, he taught him Vag Vai Brahma. Vag Devata is Agni Devata, Agni is Brahma, like this. This is one Upasana. Even here, just Vag, you have to do Upasana as Brahma, that's all Yajnavalkya has learnt. Sorry, Janaka has learnt. Then Yajnavalkya says, you have only learnt 1/4 with reference to this Upasana. You should also know what is the Pratishtha Ayatana. So here he says, correct, Tasya Ayatanam Pratishtham Abravitu Te. So did they tell you about the Ayatanam and Pratishtha of the Devata, and also the secret name, Upanishad? So those three Janaka does not know, and then Yajnavalkya fills in. And each time he teaches him this complete Upasana, Janaka offers him 1,000 cows with a bull, which is like an elephant. And then Yajnavalkya says, I'll take it only when I have taught you completely. And that's what my father also has told me. So I'll only take it once I have completely taught you what is to be taught. So like this it continues. So again he asks. Then again he says, what Udankaha has taught me, Prano Vai Brahma. The Prana Devata, which is the Vayu Devata, is Brahma. Even here again, the other three padas, Yajnavalkya fills in, and then he gives the phala also, correct? Basically the phala for all this upasana is that Devata will not leave your body and will function properly till the end. And because of that, you gain the glory of that Devata, and even while living, you live like that Devata. All the beings will come to you with their offerings and they will honor you like that. You will live a glorious life, and then after death also, you will resolve into that Devata. You will attain to that Devatahood. Like this, the phala also is given in each of this case. So Prano Vai Brahma was taught by Udanka, and then Barku who has taught Chakshur Vai Brahma. Chakshuhu here is Aditya Devata. And up to this we saw, I think, last time. Now continuing. Yadevate kaschid abravit tat shrinuvama iti abravit me gardabhi vipitaha bharadvajaha shrotram vai brahmeti. So again Yajnavalkya asks, whatever has been taught by any Acharya, tell me. And then Janaka says, Gardhabhi Vipitaha is the name of the Acharya, who is a Bharadwaja. He is from the Bharadwaja Gotra. So Bharadwajasya Gotrodpatyam is Bharadwaja. And what did he teach? Shrotram Vai Brahma. The Shrotra Devata is the Dig Devata. So Dig Devata is Brahma. That is the Upasana here. And again, Yajnavalkya validates whatever has been taught to Janaka. He says, Yatha Matruman, Pitruman, Acharyavan Bruyat, Tatha Tad Bharadvajaha Abravit, Shrotram Vai Brahma iti, Ashrinvataha hi Kim Syat. So this part is also repeating in each and every Vakya in this Brahmana. This Matruman, Pitruman, Acharyavan, it is very important, correct? That a person has his mother as the teacher initially, then his father, and then after Upanayana has to go to a Gurukula and he studies. One who has all the three teachings, or one who has benefited from all these three people. In fact, Bhashyakara says one who has been purified by the knowledge received from all these three people, that person, whatever he says, will not be something wrong, correct? It can be taken as valid means of knowledge. Whatever he says is valid. So, Yajnavalkya validates whatever has been taught by Gardhabhi Vipitaha. And whatever he has taught is correct. Shotram Vai Brahma, he told that. And also Yajnavalkya adds, Ashrinvataha hi kim syat. If somebody cannot hear, then what kind of a life he can have? It will be only it will not be a complete life, correct? A person who cannot listen to, cannot learn also, correct, that easily, anything. Particularly, they cannot learn the Vedic chanting, etc. So it's a problem. So that Indriya is important. And then further he asks, Abravittu te tasya ayatanam pratishtham. So did he tell you the Gardhabhi Vipitaha, did he tell you about the Ayatana and the Pratishtha? Ayatana is the abode or body, Pratishtha is the support or the sustenance, wherever the Devata, by which the Devata is sustained. So did you know those two also? Or were you told about those two? Means he says, Name Abravi, it was not told, Janaka says. Then again, so he says, Ekapadva etat samraditi. So this is only 1/4. You have to know 3 more things. So, Savai Naha Bruhi Agnya. Then he says, okay, then you tell me what it is. And he says, Shrotrameva Ayatanam Akasha Pratishtha Ananta Ityenad Upasita. So again, the Shrotra Devata, which is the Digdevata, for the body for that Digdevata is the Shrotra Indriya in your body. Okay. And then the Pratishtha, sustenance for all of them is Akasha only. Akasha here is the Avyakrita, or the Ishvara only we have to take. The Avyakrita, the one who identifies with the Avyakrita is Ishvara, the causal state. So that is the Akashaha, is the Pratishtha. And the secret name for the Digdevata is Ananta. Anantya iti yenad upasita. Yenad, this Devata you do upasana as Ananta. Then Janaka asks, Ka Ananta Yajnavalkya. So what is this Ananta you are talking about? Anantata, okay, the unlimitedness, okay, or infinity. Anantata is infinity. What is this? And then he says, Dishayeva Samraditi, the directions themselves are Ananta, he says. And he says, he further explains that, Samraditi hovacha, Tasmad vai Samradapi, Yam kamcha disham gachati, Nayeva asyaha antam gachati, Ananta hi dishaha. So he says, all these directions, whichever direction you go, you will never come to an end. So this is coming in the Upanishad. Means space is endless. Even today, scientists are also actually having certain discussions, correct? whether the universe has some whatever finite end or whatever, correct? Or some people say it is always expanding, or whether it is in steady state, whether space itself has any limits. All these questions, even today in cosmology also they are studying, I think, and people have their own opinions. I don't know whether they have come to any conclusion. There may be some majority consensus on all these things, but we cannot say it is final or anything. But at least the Veda here is saying that there is no end to the directions, means essentially space itself, correct? So here directions mean the physical space only. That itself is endless. It doesn't come to an end. You can never reach any end. So the Veda Pramana is saying that, at least. So maybe scientists can take this as a starting point and do some theory based on this, correct? Their hypothesis and all, they can base on this. And okay, what about, why are we even talking about direction? Means the Shruti itself says that Disho Vai Samrat Shrotram. The Digdevata is associated with the directions only, correct? So that's why it says that Disho Vai Samrat Shrotram. Shrotram is nothing but the Shrotra Devata is the Dik only, manifest as the directions. And Shrotram Vai Samrat Paramam Brahma. This Shrotra Devata, Dik Devata itself is Param Brahma. And one who does this upasana, what does he gain? Na enam Shrotram Jahati. The Shrotra Indriya, that Devata, Dik Devata will not leave this person, means it will function properly all the time. And Sarvani enam Bhutani Abhiksharanti. All the beings come to this person because he has the glory of the Devata. They all come to this person with offerings, like that they honor this person. So even while living, this person lives like a Devata. Devo Bhutva Devan Apyeti. So living like a Devata gloriously, then even after death, he attains that Devata itself. So evam vidvan etad upaste. The one who does this upasana gains this phala. And then having heard all these things, Janaka now says, Hasti Rishabham Sahasram Dadamiti. Hovacha Janakaha Vaidehaha. So Janaka says, I'll give you 1,000 cows and a Rishabha, which is like an elephant. Then what does Yajnavalkya says? Sahovacha Yajnavalkyaha Pita me amanyata na ananusishya hareta iti. So without having taught completely, do not take any dakshina. This is what my father has told me, and I also follow that. So now let us see the Bhashya quickly. Yadeva te gardabhi vipita iti namataha Bharadwajaha gotrataha. So here Bharadwaja is the gotra. In fact, my gotra also is Bharadwaja gotra. So I have some kinship with Gardabhi vipitaha, hopefully. So we all trace our lineage through our gotras, correct? In fact, there is a custom that we do not even marry. Sagotra marriages are discouraged. They are prohibited actually. This Bharadwaja Gotra people are there all over the country also. Even if you go to the north, but most of them in the south are all Samavedis, but some Yajurvedis are also there in Bharadwaja Gotra. Anyway, so here the Bharadwaja is the Gotra. So the Rishi, the Gotra Pravartaka, from whom the Gotra starts, that Rishi is Bharadwaja. There are many Rishis like that. So many Gotras are there in India, the people who are there here. So it is amazing to think that we can connect with a Rishi even now, correct? Our lineage. And that is that kind of an identity is something which grounds us. I think it's very important to have that. Some this idea that I belong to a certain Gotra and there is a Rishi and they have some charitra also, correct? They have their own some stories, history, it's all interesting. Even my grandmother used to tell me stories about Bharadwaja Rishi. So all these people nowadays I don't know how much people know about all the rishis and their stories and history. It's important that we know about our Gotra Pravartaka also. Anyway, so Bharadwaja Gotrataha Shrotram Vai Brahmeti Shrotre Dik Devata. So the Shrotra Devata is Dik Devata. So with reference to the Shrotra, Devata is Dik. And what is the Upanishad here? The secret name Ananta Ityena Upasita. Ananta is the secret name. So you have to do Upasana of the Dik Devata with the word Ananta. And Ka Anantata Shrotrasya. How can this Dik Devata be limitless or Ananta? Means Dishayeva Shrotrasya Anantyam Yasmat. Okay, the directions themselves are the limitlessness of the Shrotra Devata, because why Tasmad Vai Samrat? See, because of what? Prachinam Udicham Va Yam Kanchidapi Disham Gachati. So whichever direction you go, okay, whether you go to the east, west, whatever direction, Naiva Asya Antam Gachati Kaschidapi, nobody can reach an end, whichever direction you go. Ataha Ananta hi Dishaha. So the directions are limitless. Okay, they are endless. Disho Vai Samrat Shrotram. And what is the connection? Shruti itself says. And what is the connection between directions and the Shrotra Indriya and Shrotra Devata? Means the Dik Devata is connected with the directions only. Therefore, what? Tasmad Dig Anantyam eva Shrotrasya Anantyam. So the endlessness of the directions themselves is the limitlessness of the Shrotra Devata. So that is the commentary. And then continuing further, this is the last Vakya in this, or I think two more are there, sorry. Okay, 6 and 7. So the next one, let us quickly see. Yadevate Kaschid Abravit Tat Srinuvama Iti Abravit Me Satyakamaha Jabalaha Mano Vai Brahmeti. So the next Acharya is Satyakama Jabalaha. Okay. So Jabalayaha Apatyam. So here, interesting, the Jabalaha, for him, the name is not based on father. He is actually, his mother is Jabala. And his story comes in the Chandogya Upanishad actually. He doesn't know who his father is. And he goes to his guru asks him, and then he tells the truth. And that's why, in fact, he is called Satyakamaha, I think. So he takes him then, even if he doesn't know his father's name also. So he is known by his mother's name only in the Upanishad itself, Jabalaha. So this is Jabalayaha Apatyam. He is the son of Jabala. His mother is Jabala. And he has taught Manovai Brahmeti, mind is Brahma. And again, rest of the things are similar. Matruman, Pitruman, Acharyavan, Bruyat, Tatha, Tat Jabalaha Abravit, Manovai Brahmeti, Amanasaha hi Kim Syat. So without the mind, what is there? If you don't have a functioning mind, then you have to only go to a mental asylum. It's not very pretty or very desirable. So without one's mind, you can't do anything, in fact. And all the indriyas also function only if they are backed up by the mind. So mind is very important. So here, abravit te tasya ayatanam pratishtam name abravit. So same thing. So what is the, did Satyakama tell you about the mind's ayatana and pratishta? Means no, he did not say. So again, Yajnavalkya says, iti ekapadva etat samraditi savai naha bruhi Yajnavalkya. So again he says this is only 1/4 of the knowledge. And then Janaka says, then tell me the rest of the things. He says, Manayeva ayatanam akashaha pratishtha ananda iti enad upasita. So the abode is the mind in the individual body for the devata here. Okay, again here the mano devata is Chandrama. So in our tradition, the Vaidika tradition, the mind is basically mind is the devata for the mind is Chandra. Chandra devata is the devata here we are talking about, and Chandra devata, the abode of the Chandra devata is the mind in the physical, in the body itself. So mana eva ayatanam akasha pratishtha, and akasha here again the same avyakrita akasha is the pratishtha, and ananda is the secret name of mind. So without mind there is no ananda, correct? We even the ananda which we experience is all only in the mind, and therefore mind has to be, you have to do upasana. Upasita means basically it is a vidiling. So you have to, may you do upasana, or you have to do upasana, that is the meaning. So this mind devata, you have to do upasana as ananda. And again our Janaka is asking, ka anandata, what is this joy you are talking about? Okay, or bliss, you can say. Then Yajnavalkya, mana eva samraditi. So he says, Yajnavalkya says, then manas, the mind itself is ananda. And why manas is ananda? He says, manasa vai samrat striyam abhiharyate tasyam pratirupaha putraha jayate sa anandaha. So he says, with your mind only, you desire for a lady and you also try to woo her. Okay, abhiharyate. And then once you are married, you have a son who looks like you, correct? Pratirupaha means anurupaha. So who resembles you, and that itself is a great joy, it seems, because that is one way of your Atma. You think that it is an extension of your Atma only, correct? Your children, you have a certain Gauna Atma in them also. Your self extends to your children also, and you have a certain joy in knowing that your children resemble you. So the Upanishad is talking about that ananda, and that comes only through the mind. It starts from the mind only. So Manovai Samrad Paramam Brahma. So this Chandra Devata is the Param Brahma. Na enam mano jahati sarvani enam bhutani abhiksharanti devo bhutva devanapyeti evam vidvan enad upaste. So the one who does this upasana, that person will not be, that mind, the Mano Devata will not leave that person, means mind will function properly till the end. There won't be any dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, things like that will not be there. Okay. And all the beings will come and honor this person with all kinds of offerings. So he will live like a Devata, and also after his death, he attains that Devata only. He merges into that Devata, one who does this Upasana. And again, Janaka is offering 1,000 cows and an elephant-like bull. And once again, Yajnavalkya says, my father has told me that I should not take Dakshina unless I have taught you completely. So we'll see the Bhashya. Satyakama iti namataha Jabalayaha apatyam Jabalaha. So here Jabalayaha is his mother. Jabala is feminine, correct? Jabalayaha is the 6th case Ekavachanam in feminine gender. Again, Chandrama Manasi Devata. So here the Mano Devata, Mano Vai Brahma means here Chandrama is the Devata. Ananda iti Upanishad. So the secret name for this Devata is Ananda. And Yasman Mana eva Anandaha, because mind itself is Ananda. Tasmad Manasa Vai Samrad Striyam Abhikamayamanaha Abhiharyate Prarthayate ityarthaha. So the one who desires a stree, a lady, woos her. Prarthayate means he proposes to her or whatever, he requests her, he woos her with this mind only. And tasmat yam striyam abhikamayamanaha abhiharyate tasyam pratirupaha anurupaha putraha jayate. So from that stree only his son is born who resembles him. Pratirupaha means anurupaha, Bhashyakara says. Sa Ananda Hetuhu Putraha, and that son becomes the Hetu for Ananda, plus a joy, a certain joy is there. And Sayena Manasa Nirvartyate. So this Ananda itself is produced only in the mind. Therefore, that mind itself is Ananda. Tan Manaha Anandaha. And finally, now we are going to the last Upasana, Saguna Brahma Upasana, as learnt by Janaka. So, Yadeva te kaschid abravit tat shrinuama iti abravin me vidagdhaha shakalyaha hridayam vai brahmeti. So, the next teacher is Shakalya, vidagdhaha shakalyaha, shakalasya apatyam. Okay. So, his name is Vidagdha actually. And what did he teach? Hridayam vai Brahma. The Hridaya itself is Brahma. In fact, this is the one we saw in the Shakalya Brahmana. If you remember in the 3rd chapter, the 9th Brahmana is Shakalya Brahmana. And we are coming from there only. Unfortunately, that Shakalya lost his head at the end of that Brahmana. But he did teach Janaka that Hridaya is Brahma, Hridaya Devata. Hridaya Devata here is what? It is the Ayatana for all the beings, means it is actually the Hiranyagarbha only. So the Devata, the Hridaya Devata is Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is the Devata here, and Hridaya itself is where everything resolves, correct? Because everything here, Hridaya means actually mind and intellect only. And this mind and intellect, the Antakarana, is where we really perceive and cognize the entire world. So we can say that the entire world resolves into one's Hridaya. Everything resolves into one's Hridaya only. There was an Upasana which was taught in the Shakalya Brahmana, correct? Like the Ashtavida Hiranyagarbha Upasana, and then the Panchavida Dik based also, correct? Where in fact the Dik based Upasana, the Panchavida Dig Upasana only, in that we saw that everything which is there in all these directions, they all resolve into one's Hridaya, and Hridaya is the Ayatana for all that. It is the abode of everything which we cognize, like that it was said. So that Hridaya Devata is Brahma, and again the rest of the things are similar. Matruman, Piturman, Acharyavan, Bruyat, Tatha, Tat Shakalyaha, Bravit, Hridayam Vai, Brahma iti. Ahridayasya he kim syat. So the one, if somebody doesn't have a proper mind and intellect, then what does he have? He cannot function in this world. And then further what? Iti abravitu te tasya ayatanam pratishtham name abravit. Again same thing. Did Shakalya tell you about the ayatana and pratishtha? No, he did not tell me. Then again ekapadva etat samraditi. This is only 1/4. Savai naha bruhi, then teach me. Hey Yajnavalkya, Savai naha bruhi Yajnavalkya. And he says, now Yajnavalkya says, Hridayam eva ayatanam akasha pratishtha. Then again the ayatana or the abode is the Hridaya in one's own body. For the Hridaya Devata or the Hiranyagarbha Devata. And Akasha is the pratishtha. And Sthitihi iti enad upasita. Sthiti is the Upanishad. Sthiti means what? A state into which everything resolves, correct? That it is the causal state really. Hiranyagarbha means the totality of all the devatas is Hiranyagarbha. So that is, you have to do upasana of the totality as sthitihi, or some people translate it as stability and all that. You can take it as a stable equilibrium. Okay. That is the sthiti we are talking about. So sthitihi iti enad upasita. Then he asks, ka sthitita, what is this stability or state? Yajnavalkya means Hridayam samraditi hovacha, Hridayam vai samrad, sarvesham bhutanam ayatanam. So it is where all the beings resolve into one's Hridaya only. This was what was taught in the previous Brahmana, as I told you. So therefore it is the sthiti for, it is the Shrishti sthiti, Laya sthiti, and also during the existence also, it is a sustenance sthiti also. Everywhere. So when it is when something is born also, it is born from the same. While it is living also, it is living because of that. And once it resolves also, it goes back into the same thing. That is the sthiti. If all the beings resolve into that, therefore, Hridayam Vai Samrat Sarvesham Bhutanam Pratishtha, it is the support or it is the sustenance for all the beings. Hridaye Hyeva Samrat Sarvani Bhutani Pratishtitani Bhavanti. So all the beings are established, or they have their warp and woof, you can say, in the Hridaya only. Hridaya Devata here, Hiranyagarbha, who is the totality. Okay. Hridayam Vai Samrat Paramam Brahma. So the Hiranyagarbha itself is Brahman. That is the Upasana. And Na Enam Hridayam Jahati Sarvani Enam Bhutani Abhiksharanti Devo Bhutva Devan Apyeti Evam Vidvan Enad Etad Upaste. So this Hridaya will not leave. The person who does this Upasana means basically, again, this person has a properly functioning mind and intellect till the time he lives. And all the beings honor this person with different offerings and all that. And so he lives like the Devata only. And then after death also merges with that Devata, attains that Devata, the one who does this Upasana. Again, Hasti Rishabham Sahasram Dadamiti Hovacha Janakaha. Janakaha again offers 1,000 cows and an elephant like bull. And then what? Saho Vachayagnavalkyaha Pita me amanyata na ananushishya harata iti. So he does not accept, saying that until I have taught you completely, means what? He has to teach him Brahma Vidya. This is all only Saguna Brahma Upasana, correct? The teaching is not complete with all these things. Only when you know the self as Brahman, then only the teaching is complete. So until that is taught, Yajnavalkya is not going to accept any dakshina. So that, in fact, so their samvada now will continue into the next Brahmana also. We'll see that, which is in the next, it goes into the Dvitiyam Brahmana. We'll see that. So here quickly we'll see the Bhashya. Vidagdaha Shakalyaha Hridayam Vai Brahmeti. So all this he doesn't explain much because already he has talked about Shakalya in the Shakalya Brahmana. Hridayam Vai Samrat Sarvesham Bhutanam Ayatanam. So the Hridaya Devata is the Ayatana for all the bhutas, the abode. And Nama Rupa Karmatmakani hi Bhutani Hridayashrayani iti avochama Shakalya Brahmane Hridaya Pratishtitani cha iti. So Bhashyakara reminds us, when the Upanishad says this, he is connecting it with the Shakalya Brahmana. You can see where it was shown that Nama Rupa Karmatmakani hi Bhutani, all the beings are in the form of name, form and activity only, karma, and they all resolve into the Hridaya only. Hridaya Shrayani iti avochama, it was already said in the Shakalya Brahmana in the previous chapter. So they all are Hridaya Pratishtitani. So they are all established in, or they are all sustained by in the Hridaya only. Tasmat Hridaye Hyeva Samrat Sarvani Bhutani Pratishtitani Bhavanti. So in the Hridaya only all these beings are sustained. Tasmat Hridayam Sthitihi iti upasita. Therefore, do this upasana, that Hridaya with the word Sthiti for Hridaya. Hridaye cha Prajapatihi Devata. So Bhashyakara says Prajapati is the Devata. Prajapati is Hiranyagarbha. Okay, so Prajapati is another name. We can call Hiranyagarbha also. So Prajapati is the Devata. So like this, now we have seen 6 upasanas, Saguna Brahma Upasana in the first Brahmana. Now the next Brahmana is interesting because here, even after knowing all these things, Janaka it is shown that it is not complete. The knowledge is not complete. Janaka is still the samsari. That's what is shown here. It's very interesting. Let us see this. So continuing now, what in the second Brahmanam, Janakaha ha Vaidehaha Kurchad Upavasarpan Uvacha Namastestu Yajnavalkya Anuma Shadhiti Saho Vacha Yatha Vai Samrad Mahantam advanam yeshya yeshyan ratham va navam va samadadita. Okay, so Janakaha ha Vaidehaha. So Janaka, who is Vaidehaha, and in fact till now, till the previous Brahmana, he was sitting, it seems, in his court. Maybe whatever, still he is the king, correct? Even though he shows respect to Yajnavalkya and all that, he still had a certain you can say pride that he is the king and he knows many things also because he has learnt from different acharyas. So what Bhashyakara will point out, we will see later, is that now Janaka gets up and comes down to Yajnavalkya and physically does namaskara to him. He says, Bhashyakara says that here it is only namaste stu. He says namaha te, but he also did namaskara by touching his feet. Means now Janaka has really become a shishya of Yajnavalkya. Previously he thought he knows a lot. He can even teach Yajnavalkya if Yajnavalkya doesn't know something. That may have been his thinking, but now he knows that Yajnavalkya knows much more than himself, and I have to learn from him. So he becomes a shishya of Yajnavalkya and he does namaskara. So Kurchad Upavasarpan means he got up from his Kurcha means a particular kind of seating. Okay, so he got up from that and then he came and does namaskara. He namaste estu Yajnavalkya. He does namaskara by saying this uvacha, and he does namaskara also. And then anushadhi, again in Vedic Sanskrit, the prefix and the verbal form can be separated. So actually the word here is anushadhi, mam. Mam should have been after anushadhi. In normal classical Sanskrit it is like that, but in Vedic Sanskrit this is there, this kind of usage. Anuma Shadhi means Mam Anushadhi means may you teach me, I am your Shishya. In fact, in Gita also, Arjuna says this, Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam, I have surrendered to you, now you teach me. Like that, Yajnavalkya also is saying now, you teach me. Saho Vacha. So then Yajnavalkya says, what does he say? Yatha Vai Samrat Mahantam Advanam Yeshyan Ratham Vanavam Va Samadadita. Means if like somebody who wants to go on a very long distance journey, correct? So Mahantam Advanam means Advanam is basically traveling, and Mahantam means you are going on a long journey, okay? Big journey, long journey. And so one who has started on that, one who is going on a long journey will take a chariot, ratham, or a boat, depending on how he travels, by road or by water. So he samadadita, he takes that, correct? Evam eva etabihi upanishadbihi samahitatmasi. So like that, you have now taken the help of, or you have taken all this Saguna Brahma Upasana you have learnt. You have learnt all the Upanishads also, all the secret names of the different devatas, and then you can do Upasana. By that you have become a Samahita Atma. Means Samahita Atma means what? You have a certain mind which is which has a certain disposition, correct? Which is together, you can say. Samahita Atma means his mind is together, means it is his thinking, his action, his words, all of them are in line. Okay, and he has a certain maturity. Samahitatma asi. So you have become a Samahitatma. And also what? In this manner, evam Vrindaraka. Ha, Vrindaraka means the one who is like a chief or a king here, correct? He is the best among his people. He is the leader or the king of his people. Vrindaraka. Adhyaha. He is also wealthy. He is not a poor person or anything. He is Adhyaha. He is wealthy and he is a leader. He is the chief or king. And So Adyaha, son, being wealthy and respected and being a king, Adhita Veda, so he has also learned the Vedas from different acharyas. Adhita Veda he is. And Ukta Upanishad Kaha, and he has been taught all the secret names of the different devatas. And so all these things, now why he is saying, even after all these things, you have only become ready to go on the voyage, correct? Like the one who readies himself with different things like a boat and a ratha and all that. You have all these things, whatever you have right now, that you have become an accomplished person in this world because you are the king, you are wealthy, and you are also, you have done all this upasana, and that way you have become a samahita atma, means mentally and emotionally also you are mature, you have a certain disposition which is useful. But that alone is not enough. With all these things also, you are still only a samsari. So he says, so do you know itaha vimuchyamanaha? So once you are free from this body, okay, you have, then what? Kwa gamishyasi iti? Do you know where do you go? You have readied yourself with all these things, okay, but you still don't know. The self knowledge is not there for Yajnavalkya, for Janaka. So he is asking, if you, once you leave this body, do you know where do you go? So kwa gamishyasi iti, then he says, naham tad bhagavan veda, hey Bhagavan Yajnavalkya, hey Lord, I do not know that. Yatra gamishyami iti, so where will I go? I do not know. Athavaite aham tad vakshyami, so then in that case I will teach you, I will tell you that, okay. Tad vakshyami, yatra gamishyasi iti, where will you go? I will tell that, he says. Then what does Janaka say? Bravitu Bhagavan iti, may you tell me then, okay. So let us see the Bhashya. Janakaha hai Vaideha, Janaka who is Vaideha, Yasmat Savisheshanani Sarvani Brahmani Janati Yajnavalkyaha Tasmat Acharyakatvam Hitva Janakaha Kurchat Asana Visheshat Uthaya Upasamipam Avasarpan Padayoho Nipatan Ityarthaha Uvacha Uktavan. So, Yasmat Savisheshan, because Yajnavalkya knows all the Sagunam Brahma along with all the Visheshanas, correct? He taught him about the Ayatana, Pratishta, and the Upanishad also of all the Devatas. Since he knows all that, Yajnavalkya knows about Brahman. Therefore, what? Janaka initially thought he is like an Acharya. That's what Bhashyakara says here. Tasmat Acharyakatvam Hitva, giving up his pride that I know more than Yajnavalkya, he gets up now from his seat. Kurchat means asana visheshat. It is a type of seat. Okay, it is a type of asana. Getting up from there, uthaya, then upa samipam avasarpan. So upa means samipam, coming nearby, because it says here you can see upava sarpan, upa avasarpan. Bhashyakara takes it as upa means samipam, avasarpan means what? So he comes near him basically, but Bhashyakara takes it as padayoho nipatan. So he comes near and then touches his feet, he says. He falls at his feet. So padayoho nipatan ityarthaha. So upavasarpan means he actually fell at his feet. And then he says, Uvacha Uktavan. What did he say? Namaha te, namaste. Te means tubhyam. So namaha to you. My salutations to you. Astu, may it be there. Okay, my salutations, let it be there to you. Hey Yajnavalkya, hey Yajnavalkya. Anuma Shadhi, Anushadhi Mam Ityarthaha. So again, Anuma Shadhi is the Chandasa, Vedic usage. Bhashyakara then makes it proper. Anushadhi Mam. So may you teach me. I am your Shishya. iti, then it ends with iti. Then Bhashyakara says iti shabdaha vakya parisamaptyarthaha. So iti means with that sentence is over, and whatever Janaka has said to Yajnavalkya, it comes to an end. Now Yajnavalkya will talk. Sahovacha means Sahovacha Yajnavalkya. So Yajnavalkya then told Janaka. What did he say? Yatha vai loke he samrat. So like in this loka, Mahantam Dirgham. Mahantam means Dirgham here, long. Adhvanam Asian. Adhvanam means journey or traveling. And Gamishan, Asian Gamishan means one who wants to go on a long journey. Ratham va Sthalena Gamishan. So if he wants to go through the land, then he takes a chariot, Ratham. Or Navam va Jalena Gamishan Samadadita. So he takes a boat if he has to go through the waterways. And Evameva Etani Brahmani Etabihi Upanishadbihi Uktani Upasinaha Samahitatma. See, so in this manner, so like the one who prepares with all these things to go on a long journey, you have also in a similar manner what you have been instructed about all the different Saguna Brahma Upasanas, correct? The different secret names of the different devatas, you know, and you do, you have done Upasinaha, means you have done Upasana, having done Upasana of all the devatas, and you have become a Samahitatma, see. So you have a certain mental disposition, you are prepared. Okay. So Atyantam Etabihi Upanishadbihi Sanyukta Atma Asi. See, this Yukta Atma word comes in Bhagavad Gita also a lot. Sanyukta Atma. Samahita Atma means Sanyukta Atma means one who is connected. Means one who does not have any conflict between his thought, word and deed. Such a person is the Sanyukta Atma, one who is connected. There is no disconnect. For most people, there is a disconnect between thought, word and deed, correct? You set up the alarm for 5:30 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever it is. But the one who is going to sleep at 10 p.m. does not consult the one who is going to get up, correct? It becomes like that. You get up, shut down the alarm and again go to sleep, let us say. Means you are not a Sanyukta Atma. You wanted one thing, but you are not able to do that. But Janaka is not like that. He's a Sanyukta Atma, Samahita Atma. So, na kevalam Upanishad Samahitaha. Evam, okay, not only that you have a Samahita Atma through all this Upanishad, the secret words which you know and you have done Upasana of that, and you have gained a certain mental disposition, correct, from the Upasana. But you are also what? Evam Vrindarakaha Pujyascha. Vrindaraka means one who is respected or one who is worshipped by his people. I mean, he is the king, correct? He is the chief. So he is a Pujya. And Adhyascha Ishvaraha na Daridraha ityarthaha. So Ishvaraha here means the Lord or one who has wealth. You are wealthy, you are not a Daridra. You are not poor. So you are respected and you are wealthy. And also what? Adhita Vedaha. Adhitaha Vedaha yena, by whom the Veda has been Adhyayana has been done, correct? By whom the Veda Adhyayana is done, such a person is called Adhita Vedaha. So this is again a Bahuri. Adhitaha Vedaha yena, if you want grammatical point, this kind of a Samasa compound word is called a Bahurihi. Sattvam Adhitaha Adhita Vedaha. So you are the one who has done Adhyayana of the Vedas also. And also Uktascha Upanishadaha Acharyahi, and also you have been told about all the Upanishads, the secret words by the different Acharyas. Tubhyam Sattvam Ukta Upanishadkaha. So to you the Acharyas have told all these Upanishads. Therefore you are called as a Ukta Upanishadkaha again. And Evam Sarva Vibhuti Sampannaha Pi San. So in this manner you have all the glory. Vibhuti here is glory only. Sarva Vibhuti Sampannaha. So you have had a glorious life because you have done all the Upasana Means that Devata's glory also is there, and also you are a king, you are wealthy, you are respected. What else do you need? But even after all these things, what is the problem? Bhashyakara says here. See, evam sarva vibhuti sampannaha api san bhaya madhyasthaha eva. You are still in the midst of fear, because as long as you look upon yourself as an individual, you cannot get rid of the fear, correct? Also, as long as you are looking upon the Upasya Devata as something different from yourself, that we saw in 1.4.10 itself, correct? The Avidya Sutra. So the one who does Upasana of Devata, as the Devata is separate from me, I am separate from the Devata, with that understanding, Nasa Veda, like this, the Upanishad itself says that. So such people, even though you have all these accomplishments, you are still bhaya madhyasthaha, only you are living in the midst of fear, means samsari. Bhaya madhyasthaha eva paramatma jnanena vina, without the paramatma jnanam, without the atma jnanam, without the jnanam aham brahmasmi, you are still only in fear. Akritarthaha eva, you have not accomplished what is to be accomplished, correct? You have not accomplished that which is the most important thing, which is the limitless. So without accomplishing the limitless, whatever you accomplish are all only limited. It doesn't really matter, in fact. So akritarthaha, kritarthaha means one who has done whatever is to be done, or one who has accomplished whatever is to be accomplished, which is the limitless. But in your case, you are still akritarthaha eva tavadityarthaha, up to the point, till the time you have paramatma jnanam, you are akritarthaha. So you don't have that. In fact, you are preparing for that only. That is the idea of Yajnavalkya here. So till the time what? Yavat param brahma na vedsi. So till the time you have not learnt about this param brahma, you have not known this param brahma, you are akritarthaha, you have not accomplished whatever is to be accomplished. So now, to such a person, what Yajnavalkya is asking, itaha means from this, means asmat dehat, from this body, vimuchyamanaha. So one who becomes free from this body, yetabihi, okay, now ratha sthaniyabihi samahitaha kwa kasmin gamishyasi. So this deha, which itself is in the form of a ratha or a, so it is like like a chariot. In fact, the deha is compared to the chariot, correct? Even in Kathopanishad, in Bhagavad Gita also, this analogy is there. So either the body itself should be taken as a boat or a chariot. So it is only a vehicle, okay? And you are the one who is traveling in that, correct? The dehi, the shariri. So the body, mind, sense complex is only a vehicle, and you are the one who is traveling. And where are you traveling? It's a long journey towards Param Brahma only we are all traveling. But if you really travel properly, then only you will reach your destination, correct? We have all been given this human life, which is a great blessing, correct? In Viveka Chudamani, it is said in so many words that it is Durlabham, Trayametate, Manushyatvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha Samshrayatvam, like this. So three things are very difficult to get. Even in Gita, Bhagavan says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Only after many, many Janmas, the Jnani attains me. You gain this knowledge also. For that you are preparing, going through so many Janmas and all that. And having taken this human body, and you still do not learn Vedanta, you do not pursue this limitless self, means you are the loser. The one who does not know, he is called a Kripana. In fact, Brhadaranyaka also will say that in Bhagavad Gita also it comes. Karpanya doshopahatah swabhavaha pruchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. Like that, Arjuna also says. Kripanaha means he is a kanjus, correct? A person who is a miser. Miser means, who is a miser? Miser is not a poor guy. Miser has wealth, but he doesn't use it. You also, yourself is already the limitless. You have it, but you don't know that, and you are behaving like a miser. Correct? You are suffering like a miser. Even though you have whatever you want to have already, you are still suffering like a miser. So that's why the Upanishad uses a beautiful word, kripanaha, for people who do not know oneself. And their loss is limitless. If you do not know the limitless in this lifetime, then the loss also is a limitless loss, correct? Mahati vinashtihi. Iha ched avedit ata satyamasti. Nached iha vedin mahati vinashtihi. Kena Upanishad says that. So there is mahati vinashtihi only. If you do not know, then the loss is mahat. It is limitless. It is great. So anyway, so we are having this body, which is like this ratha or a nava, correct? It is like a chariot or a boat. And being samahita, you are riding that, correct? This body, being a samahita also, you have certain qualifications. But where are you going? Kwa kasmin gamishyasi, where are you going? Kim vastu prapsyasi iti, what is it that you are going to attain? Then, so Yajnavalkya asked this. Janaka says, Naham tad vastu bhagavan pujavan veda jane. So I do not know that. Okay. I do not know that where I am going or what I am going to attain. Hey Bhagavan, one who is worthy of worship, pujavan. So, yatra gamishyami iti. So where I am going, I do not know. Then thereafter what? Atha yadi evam, if it is so, what? Na janishe, if you do not know. Yatra gataha kritarthaha syad, going where you will become kritarthaha. Correct? So, Yajnavalkya wants to teach Brahma Vidya so that even when he leaves this body, he becomes Videha Mukta, he becomes Kritartha. He has achieved whatever is to be achieved in this life. So if you do not know how to achieve whatever is to be achieved in this life, then I will teach you, he says. Aham vaite tubhyam tad vakshyami. I will teach it to you. I will tell you. Yatra gamishyasi, where you have to go or where you will be going. And then what Janaka says, Bravitu Bhagavaniti, hey, please tell me. Yadi prasannaha mam prati, if you are pleased with me, if you think that I am qualified to know, then please teach me, he says. Of course, what does Yajnavalkya teach Janaka? We'll see next week, we'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.